Hi Rosemary, it's Michelle Christie. How are you today? Just going to unmute you so we can chat. Rosemary, can you hear me? I just want to test our microphone, speaker, make sure it's all working.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, fantastic. Hi Rosemary, how are you today?
Good.
Fantastic. So we are getting together today to talk about writing, paragraph writing.
Okay.
I am just going to grab PowerPoint. Oops. And then we can get started. Okay, I'm just going to turn my webcam on. Hopefully you can see me in a minute. Can you see me?
I can.
Excellent. Well, welcome to Open Colleges. This is my desk and office. We've got the early childhood area here at the moment. If I move the camera around, you'd probably see other aspects of Open Colleges, but we're here based in Sydney. So I'm just going to also share my PowerPoint. Hopefully you can see that okay.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so let's just go through a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. So if you notice your GoToWebinar panel, there is some aspects here. I'm going to keep you unmuted for the moment, but if we do get any background noise at all, I'll mute you and then you can put up your hand. So I'm not sure if you can see in your GoToWebinar panel, there's a section there to raise your hand.
Oh, yes.
Alternatively, if you have a question at all, please feel free to use the chat function and just let me know that you're wanting to ask a question in some way. This is going to be quite an interactive session with you today. I would like to help you to move from building or writing basic sentences into paragraphs.
I'm feeling a bit nervous.
So, oh, I can understand that, Rosemary. You know, you've only been in the course, the early childhood course, for a couple of weeks. So my session is really to help you in your studying and your learning abilities. I know we've spoken before and you were saying that, you know, learning and reading and writing was an issue with you, and as the program manager, I'm wanting to extend my support for you. I want you to succeed in your goals, and I do know, I remember you telling me that you're wanting to go to university in the future. So, you know, once you've finished on your Cert 3, that does give you an opportunity. You know, your academic writing will improve. I think that there'll be a lot of skills and knowledge that will improve for you. So you will be able to go to university at some point. And as I said to you, every student is different in their learning journey. Some students finish high school and they go straight into uni. Others, like yourself and I, you know, we do a bit of work, we have a bit of life experience, and then we go to university later. And it's a rewarding experience because then you're studying what you want to. And I know you have a bit of a passion for working with children. So I'm hoping that this early childhood course will get you there. So do know that myself and the learning support officers are here to assist you, and you just need to let us know if you need a phone call, if you need another tutorial. We're more than happy to assist you.
Oh, thank you. That makes me very happy.
Oh, good. So I suppose, Rosemary, I'd like to know, is there anything you'd like to get out of today's session?
I suppose my biggest concern is when I write an assessment, that I'm on the right track and I'm fulfilling the requirements, and you know that I'm getting it right, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And I suppose that's where, you know, the reading and the writing components will help you. So today we're looking at, which I'll go through the purpose. Whoops. So we're looking at how to write a sentence, how to combine sentences together. We'll look at what is a paragraph and how to assist you in writing a paragraph. And I know that Roxy in Learning Support has been assisting you with the reading component of your study. So hopefully bringing those two skills together, and there might be more sessions that we do in the future, you will be able to answer or complete your assessments, and they won't be so overwhelming for you. All right, so first up, I would just like to see how you're going. When we spoke last time, I asked you to explain to me why you enrolled in this course, and I'd like you to write a sentence on why you enrolled. So what I'm about to do, a little bit tricky, is I'm going to, what do I want to do? Pen, type. Just going to see if this will work. Just adding you as a panelist. And yes, now I can give you the keyboard and the mouse. So I'm just going to minimize this presentation and open a Word document. Hopefully you can see this okay.
Yes, I can.
Excellent. Okay, so in the Word document that I've got here on the screen, I'd like you to write a sentence as to why you enrolled in the early childhood course.
So if I type, it types there? I can't see where I'm typing.
So it should be here. Yeah, let's try that again. Can you see my Word document?
Yes?
Excellent. So can you click on the Word document?
Nothing's typing.
Okay. Well, that works. Are you able to draw at all?
No, I've only got an arrow.
So you can see the Word document though?
Yes.
Okay, let's try.
Do I need a Word document opened?
No, you don't. Oh, you got the pen.
Oh, is that me now?
Yes, it is. Okay, so let's see if we can type.
Okay.
You might want to change the pen to Word. So in the GoToMeeting panel there, you should see a pencil.
I don't see a pencil.
Let's see if you got it now. Can you just try type? If that'll work. Ah, yay! We got it to work. Excellent. All right. So when we play with technology, sometimes it's a bit of trial and error. I have tried this before, but for some reason we had a bit of a glitch there. All right. So let's try and type a sentence.
It's not working again.
Hmm.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Excellent. So you've enrolled in the course because you like working with kids. That's fantastic. Good job. All right, now I'm just going to go back into our PowerPoint. Can you see the slides again?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. All right. So I've got a bit of an activity here. There are a lot of different words here on the screen, and I'd like you to use 2 or more of the following words to try and put a sentence together. So take a minute to read some of the words and try and come up with a sentence using those words. For example, I could say something like, I'm trying to love a piano.
Okay. I love watching kids.
Great. So I could put a sentence together like, learning is challenging but enjoyable. What's another sentence you might put together if you're looking at these words?
I'm trying to be a teacher.
Perfect. That's great. All right, so let's have a look at basic sentences. So here's a sentence I put together saying the child was laughing. Now, the problem we have with this sentence is there's 5 children here on the screen. We don't know which one or if all of them were laughing. What we need to do is put some extra components to that basic sentence to make it a little bit more complex. So,
Okay.
in this sentence, we have a noun, which is the child, and a verb, which is laughing. If we use an adjective, and a noun is something that relates to a people, the place, or a thing, whereas a verb is actually a doing word. An adjective is a descriptive word. So we could say the red-haired child, or the small child, the delightful child, the cheerful child. There's lots of different adverbs we can use. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's put an adjective in front of child. I'm going to say the red-headed child. Okay, so we now have the adjective, the noun, and the verb. But we can also make this a little bit more complex again. So we can explain what the laughing, the descriptive word for laughing. So we can add another adverb. So we could say something like laughing loudly, laughing merrily, laughing gleefully, laughing happily. There's a lot of different adverbs we can use. So let's say we put in laughing loudly. So we now have an adjective, a noun, a verb, and an adverb. To make this more complex again, we can add a proposition phrase into our sentence. And this is something that's used before or after our basic sentence. And some examples of proposition phrases are on, in, under, by, after, through, during, or beside. So here's 2 examples. So during story time, the red-haired child was laughing loudly. So that gives you more information about why the child was laughing and who they are. Or alternatively, we can put the proposition phrase after our basic sentence. So the red-haired child was laughing loudly after the educator told her a joke. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so let's build on a basic sentence. We've got a sentence here that says, the woman smiled. What I want you to do is to add an adjective, add your adverb, and try and add a proposition statement. So let's start with the first one. Oops. Let's put an adjective in front of the woman. What type of woman might have smiled?
Short.
Excellent. So the short woman smiled. Let's add an adverb. How did she smile?
What's an adverb again?
So it's a descriptive word about how she smiled.
Right. In a pleasing way?
Yep. So
In a happy way?
Yeah. So the woman smiled happily.
Yep.
Okay. And can we add a proposition phrase into this sentence? So remember there was to, during, after, before.
After.
So the woman smiled happily after. What happened?
Someone told her a joke.
Excellent. Okay. So it's a bit of a tricky one for you. There's a few different images on the screen. I want you to try and think of a sentence that might relate to one or two of these images.
I used the map to get to the childcare centre.
Great. Okay, so sorry.
Oh, I didn't know if you needed another one. That's okay.
If you'd like to do another one, I'd be happy for you to do another one.
Okay. I used no. It was $20 for a taxi.
Great. Okay, so as we start building on our sentences, we do have the ability to combine sentences to express our ideas and head towards a better understanding of the English language. So when someone might combine a sentence is to connect two thoughts or ideas together, to expand on a thought or idea, to avoid repetition, to create a sentence with variety, and to also write more academically. So what does that mean? To you, it might seem like a lot of words on a piece of paper, but let's look at an example. So if we're using our basic sentences, we might say something like, today I walked my dog and my brother fed our black cats. We can put a connecting word into these sentences to build it up and make it a more complex sentence. So for example, today I walked my dog, but my brother fed our black cats. Okay, so we've added but we've made the sentence quite a lot longer. Or I love eating ice cream. My favourite are chocolate sundaes with fudge and whipped cream. Now I'm going to add the word especially in there, and I'm going to say I love eating ice cream, especially my favourite, which is a chocolate sundae with fudge and whipped cream. So I've made it a lot bigger. Okay, so John went to the football game. Philippa stayed at home to look after the children. So we've got a little bit of a basic sentence and a little bit more of a complex one, and we're going to put those two together with the word however. So John went to the football game, however, Philippa had to stay home to look after the children.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that, Rosemary?
Not yet, no.
Okay, so you can see that if we put an extra word in, we can make the sentence more complex and we can bind them. So
It
I'm going to give
sounds
you...
better too.
Good. I'm glad you think that. All right, so we're going to look at combining a sentence, and I'm going to ask you, what do you plan to do today? Just going to go back into our Word document we were using earlier. Hopefully you can see the Word document okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to type here, what do you plan, to do today? Can you type 2 sentences on what you plan to do today?
Um, and another one?
Yep, so put a full stop. Okay, so you plan to go to the shops. What else do you plan to do today?
Does that need to be in a sentence?
Yeah, so what else can we put into those 2 words to make it more of a sentence? Okay, so you have to cook dinner. Okay, so how can we combine these 2 sentences?
I plan to go to the shops because I have to cook dinner.
That's great. All right, so if we can go back to where it says shops, okay, and put a space, put in because. So it's C-A-U-S-E. Perfect, and get rid of the full stop there. Excellent. So I plan to go to the shops because I have to cook dinner. Okay. So is there a proposition phrase we might put in here into this more extended sentence?
I forgot what the proposition meant again.
So that's when we talk about something that's happening before or after. We use things like during or before or after.
I plan to go to the shops before. Oh no. I plan to go to the shops before because I have to cook dinner. So do I take out because and write before I have to cook dinner? Do I change that?
You could. So something we could do to build this sentence further I'm just going to grab your sentence and go, I plan to go to the shops before I cook dinner because there is no food in the kitchen.
Oh.
Okay, so we're giving it an explanation as to why we're going to the shops before we cook dinner. Okay, but you did really good there with that combining sentence. Good job, Rosemary.
Thank you.
All right, so do you feel a little bit more confident in building your sentence structure now?
A little bit, yeah.
Great. Do you feel like I can challenge you to move on to paragraphs?
Oh, yes, okay. I'll give it a go.
I'm sorry, I am challenging you a bit today, but I'm here. We'll work through this together, and if you do have questions, let me know.
Okay.
All right, so a paragraph, when we look at the dictionary, says that it's a written composition that consists of one or more sentences, and it deals with one point or gives the words of one speaker. Okay, so that's quite big. What you need to take from that is we put one or more sentences together. So a paragraph might have, say, 3 or 4 sentences in it usually. Okay? So what we do is we need to organise what we write into sentences and paragraphs. And usually a paragraph begins on a new line, and there's usually a line between paragraphs. And each paragraph, it usually contains one topic. So for example, if we were talking about what we plan to do today, we might say one paragraph relates to eating breakfast, and then another paragraph might talk about going to the park and walking the dog. And another paragraph might talk about cooking dinner or going to the shops. So each paragraph will have its own topic, and we will include more than one sentence into each paragraph. Okay, so what we want to discuss is one idea in each topic. So we have idea 1, and we add our sentences, and then we add a space, and then add our second paragraph, which has a new idea. So for example, I've written a paragraph example here, and it says the preschool fair is almost here. We are selling tickets fast. This is going to be an event that the whole family will not want to miss. Your ticket purchase will help our preschool to obtain new outdoor equipment, but that's not all. Each ticket that you purchase will automatically enter you into our major prize draw. There's going to be fun for the whole family with rides, games and attractions. Spend time with your family and friends at our preschool fair. Buy your tickets now. So it's got a few sentences in it, doesn't it, Rosemary?
Yes.
So, but it all relates to one topic, doesn't it? So we're talking about the preschool fair. So there are multiple things within this paragraph, but it all relates to the fair. Okay, so let's have a think about a topic that we could write about. For example, working with children. What are some things that we could write about if we were talking about working with children? What are some things that you can think of?
Well, children like exploring. And they like games.
They do.
And they like people reading to them. And they like, some younger kids like to have naps.
They do. I like a nap too.
Yeah. And they like painting. And they like cars.
Perfect. So there's quite a few things that you've come up with there, and there would be different paragraphs we could write about each of those topics, right? Okay, so I thought about this too and thought children like painting, children like outdoor play, so they like playing in the sand pit or on the swings. They like meal times, they like to eat. They like laughter and having fun. There's a few different thoughts there. Now, usually a paragraph generally consists of 3 parts. So we have a topic sentence, and then we have a few supporting sentences, and then we have a concluding sentence. Does that make sense? So we've got a bit of a hamburger situation where our topic sentence will introduce our thought, and then we'll have a couple of other sentences, and then a concluding sentence that kind of wraps up that paragraph. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
Great. Okay, to start writing our paragraph, we need an introducing sentence, and this sets the scene for your idea. And then your next sentence needs to link in with the next sentence.
Okay.
So I've got an example here, so just bear with me. So I've written, I have enrolled into the Cert 3 in early childhood because I would like to work with children. So my first sentence is I've enrolled into the Cert 3. My second sentence is I believe that being an educator would be an inspiring job role. Now, can you see how those two sentences link with one another?
Yes.
I've enrolled because I want to work with children, then I believe it will be inspiring. With this in mind, I think I would enjoy supporting the development of the children watching them grow in confidence every day. Okay, working with children is my dream career, and my studies will assist me to get a job as an educator. Okay, so the first sentence is my opening sentence. Okay, so I've enrolled into the Certificate 3. My next sentence is linking with that and explaining why I would like to work with children. Okay, my next sentence talks about what I would enjoy about it, and then I'm wrapping it up by saying it's my dream career and I want to work as an educator. Okay, so I have used our little sandwich or our burger to put that paragraph together. All right, so now it's your turn. Okay, I want you to think about what you think an early childhood educator does each day. I'm just going to grab our Word document again. And I'm going to write here, what does an early childhood educator do each day? Okay, so I'm going to hand over to you on our Word document again. Maybe write some notes down. What do you think they do each day?
Set up the room.
What was that? Sorry, Rosemary, I didn't quite get that.
Set up the room.
Yeah. What else might they do?
Say hello to the parents.
Mm-hmm. You've been reading your workbook. It's good to see. Okay, what else might an educator do?
Get some activities.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what we need to do for our introducing sentence is basically reiterate, or we need to reword that question into a statement.
Okay.
So what we need to do is imagine that nobody else can see that question, only you can. So what can we write to explain what an early childhood educator does each day?
Do I have to explain?
So how might I reword the question? So it says, what does an early childhood or ECEC educator do each day?
What they do is, and then my answer?
Yes? Okay, so we can start with that. So if you want to write that down. Okay, I'm just going to press the space button. Now, if we look at our sentence, we've got what they do is. Okay, so we've gone back to think about the child is laughing basic sentence. So who is they?
The educator.
Yes, so we might say what an early childhood educator. So do you want to change they to early childhood educator? And I've got the words there for you. Okay. So we've got what ECEC educator do is. So we need to put in what N. So in front of ECEC, we need to put AN. Okay. And we might say, instead of do is, we might say does. Now to build that a little bit further, what are we saying? What are they doing? How often are they doing? So we need to put in that proposition phrase. Do you remember before we were talking about things like before, after, during, whilst? So what's a phrase we could put in with this sentence?
Would it be the same as the question and put each day?
Yes? Okay, now put a full stop. Now, we've got set up the room. Do you want to expand that sentence a little bit more?
First?
Mm-hmm.
First.
Great. Then what? Let's change, say hello to the parents.
First they set up the room, then say hello to the parents?
That sounds good. Good job. So you've combined these two sentences. Well done. Okay, so when it comes to get some activities, let's leave that as a separate sentence. But how can we expand that to make it from a basic sentence to a little bit more complex?
First they set up a room, then they say hello to the parents. Well, they say hello to the parents when they drop their children off.
Mm-hmm.
So do I write that?
You could. What can we say about get some activities? What's a sentence? How can we make that into a more complex sentence?
During the day?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Do I put they or do I have to put ACEC?
You could do either. Which would you prefer?
Probably the educator.
Mm-hmm.
Begets?
Yeah, we can put gets. What type of activities do they put out? What do you think?
Puzzles.
Okay. So how can we say include puzzles into this sentence?
During the day, the educator gets outside activities. Such as?
Mm-hmm. Great. Any other activities that they might put out?
Painting?
Great. Okay, so we actually have 3 sentences there. We officially have a paragraph. Well done. But if we think about this paragraph, how might we put a concluding sentence? How can we wrap up this paragraph to explain what an educator does each day?
Makes the day fun for the kids.
Great. Excellent. So how does that feel? You've actually written a paragraph.
Feels good.
Excellent. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So when you've got an assessment and it's asking you a question, what I would suggest is write down some of your thoughts. So for example, you said they set the room, they say hello, they get some activities. Okay, so then you can start building on those as you go through. It might take you a bit of time to start off with, but that's okay. You're building your skill. And over time, you won't even have to think about it anymore. You might just start with your introductory sentence, start writing some thoughts and ideas, and then finish that sentence to close off the paragraph. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes it does.
Excellent. So that's a good strategy for you to use is when you are starting to think about what to write it down or type it out. Just put some notes for yourself. It's fine to have notes, and then when you're ready to start building on that and finalise that assessment, it might take you a few different drafts or versions to actually complete your assessment, and that's okay. I know with some of the assessments I've done in the past, I've had up to 10 versions. So you're not alone in, taking time to fill out or flesh out your ideas and put that into actual written words. Okay.
I like the burger.
You like the burger? I do too. Okay, so how do you feel now about writing a paragraph? Do you feel a little bit more confident in that?
Yes.
Great. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to test you again. So the last thing I want you to do is actually write a paragraph about what is something you're looking forward to as an early childhood educator. So one more paragraph to go. Just going to write it here. Oops. Okay. Whoops. Your turn. So what is something you're looking forward to?
Helping the kids learn.
Okay. It's a good one.
Do I have to say it or do I type it?
Yeah, type it in. This is your paragraph. All right, so another sentence, what are you going to say? Good, you got the right spelling, because.
I looked up the top.
Excellent, good plan. You're a smart cookie, Rosemary.
Thank you. I want to write important, but I'm not too sure.
Okay, would you like me to spell it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I, M for Michelle, P for Peter, O for Ophelia, or no, that's a hard one. Opal. R for Ruby, T for Tommy, A for apple,
Mhm.
N for new, and T for Tommy.
Thank you.
That's okay.
So I'm looking.
Great. So why is it important for them to learn? That might be the next sentence that we write.
Um, so they can read and write,
Mm-hmm.
or read books,
Yep.
write stories.
Perfect. Let's write that down.
Uh, do I have to write it is important because?
You could if you wanted to.
Okay. What can I put such as?
You could, but that's extending that sentence, and you can absolutely do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh, you're getting tricky now. Hmm?
Mhm.
Okay, so why are you looking forward to helping them learn to read and write?
Because it'll make them feel good.
Hmm.
Um,
So how can we say that in a sentence?
mm, it would make the kids feel good.
Hmm.
And they'll be happy.
Yeah. Do you think it's important for children to feel happy and good about themselves?
Yes.
Okay. Would that in turn make you happy?
Yes.
Okay. So what could we say about, okay, we're making children feel good and happy. How does that relate to you? Because you're wanting to work with these children. So what's another sentence we might write?
Mm, I don't know. Um, this will also make me happy
Hmm.
and enjoy my job.
Perfect. Okay, so have we made a burger? Have we got
I
a
think so.
paragraph there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we've got an introductory sentence there.
Uh-huh.
And we've got a linking sentence. Do we have a concluding sentence?
I think so.
I do too. Well done.
Thank you.
So, okay, you've written 2 paragraphs today.
Uh-huh.
No, that's much better than you could do earlier today, isn't it?
I know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I suppose it's just a matter of practicing now. You've got another session with Roxy on Friday.
Okay.
So feel free to ask her some questions. She's wanting to know how you go with writing with me today. So you can tell her all about your experience today. And if you'd like me to conduct another session with you, I'd be more than happy to do that in the future.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So do you have any questions for me before we finish up today?
Um, no, I think that's all.
Okay. How do you think you went today?
I think I did well. I
I think so
feel.
too.
I think the burger helped me because when I
Yeah.
looked at it, it makes me remember.
Uh-huh. Great. I like visual when
Mhm.
I'm learning. Sometimes it sticks in my brain and then I'm able
Yeah.
to remember things and do things properly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is there something you want to work on in the future?
Yeah. For my assessments.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm very proud of you, Rosemary. I think you've done well today. As I
Thank
said,
you, Michelle.
I'm happy to do another session with you to build your writing furthermore, if you'd like to. You just let me know. And I'll wait to hear from Roxy how your reading session goes on Friday.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. So thank you for attending my little presentation or workshop today. You can go home tonight and feel happy that you've actually learned a new skill today.
Yeah, it was
That's all
great.
part of learning. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. And so if you need me in the meantime, please feel free to send me a message in open space or call student support and they will let me know that you're wanting to have a chat with me. If not, let Roxy know on Friday and she'll be more than happy to work with you on the reading components.
Excellent.
But well
Thank you.
done, Rosemary. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.